Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Juice Baseball channel. And welcome back to another episode of the Indianapolis Bolts Relocation franchise here on MLB The Show 24. We are quickly approaching the end of the series. This is the penultimate episode. We are finishing up the month of August and the month of September in today's video. And then the next episode will be the finale. It'll be the playoffs. Regardless of how long we go in the playoffs, it'll be the final episode. The regular season, or the real-life baseball playoffs, the World Series has come to an end. The Dodgers beat the Yankees, and we now have a finality to the baseball season, so it's only right that we get a finality to our baseball season. Speaking of this baseball season, we have really dominated. 75 wins at the start of August. 75 wins. You know how crazy that is to have 75 wins at August? It's amazing. And we might have made a little bit of a move at the deadline. We may or may not have traded for the greatest baseball player to ever step onto a diamond. Shohei Ohtani now plays for the Indianapolis Bolts. Yeah. I wasn't planning on acquiring Shohei Ohtani at the trade deadline, but I just did it. I don't know. Something came over me and I just did it. So Shohei Ohtani is on our team as the third starting pitcher in the rotation. He's having a pretty solid year. And then he's also going to be probably our DH if we go over to the lineup. He's going to be DHing at least a little bit. Yeah, he's going to be DHing against lefties. And then Morel's going to be DHing against righties because he just hits better against righties. And I think Ohtani, does he hit better? Can I see his I can't see his wheel chart, I don't think, because he's a two-way player or anything. But I think he just does good against everybody. So if we're going to have Christopher Morel play, then he's going to play DH. And we're probably going to take him out of the third base spot. I did call up Cam Collier, so Cam Collier is here. But Rhys Hines is probably going to play a little bit of third base on the other side against lefties, even though he's not amazing against lefties. I don't really have anybody that's great against lefties on the bench. So Hines is going to have to play it. But he's been playing most of the season anyway, so, I mean, he's played 108 games. He's doing okay. And Ohtani will DH against lefties. He'll probably get into the lineup a little bit against righties. Sometimes. Excuse me. But for the most part, it'll just be against lefties and then pitching, obviously. Maybe we just switch it. And if Christopher Morel continues to suck the way that he has sucked, then we'll just put Ohtani in at both spots. But for right now, it's only going to be half, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I definitely didn't expect that to be what happened. I wasn't planning on doing that, but it just ended up happening. So if we go to the trades, I made the trade for Ohtani by giving up... Oh, I also got Mason Miller. I forgot about that. I gave up Hunter Brown, Lazaro Montes, and Bryce Terang. Bryce Terang was one of the big piece of that. He's what pushed it through, really. So that is how we got Shohei Ohtani and Mason Miller, who I wasn't really expecting to get either, but I just kind of threw him in the deal just to see if they would take it, and they did. So now we've got Batista, Garrett Crochet, Mason Miller, Gregory Santos, Abner Uribe, and Roansy Contreras as our bullpen. The pitcher and staff, the 1 through 5, looks really elite, including Paul Skeens, who's probably on his way to his third straight Cy Young at this point. I would have to say he is. I guess we could check the awards and see where he's at. Spencer Steer, we did acquire him halfway through, but still, he's leading MVP votes, and so is Kyle Tucker right there with him. And Paul Skeens clearly is in the lead for the Cy Young, trying to get his third straight. Spencer Steer is also battling for the batting title. We don't have a reliever of the year just yet. We don't have a rookie of the year, but we do have a Hank Aaron possibility. We don't have any gold gloves, at least not right now. Frelick could have a chance at the gold glove. Tucker has a chance at it. DH Silver Slugger we've got a shot at. Juice has a shot at the Silver Slugger second base. Kyle Tucker and Riley Green have shot at the Silver Slugger outfield. So we've got a potential chance for a lot of different awards. But I think it's time to see just how good our closing pitcher Manny Roca is going to be. He was the number 1 player on the board, but he fell all the way to 29 because he's a closing pitcher, and MLB The Show auto drafts, or the AI doesn't really draft closing pitchers in the first round, not unless they're like freaks, I guess. We did scout him 100%. His potential is 89 to 99. Obviously, we're never going to see this guy's true potential or see him ever on the field in AA or AAA at all because this is the final season. But let's go out on a high note, and hopefully we drafted somebody pretty good. 95 potential. I'll take it. I'll take it. I know we kind of cheesed it, I guess you could say, a little bit because he is a closing pitcher that was guaranteed to be pretty good. But it's not my fault they didn't draft him. We can turn him into a bullpen guy or even keep him as a closing pitcher, and he can be pretty good. So Manny Roca is our first pick. We also got 2 other picks in I think these were the first round. One of them might have been a competitive balance round. But we got 71 on both of them, so they're going to be a little bit of projects, but they're okay. 98 speed on Bill Sandoval, so that's a burner. That's pretty awesome. We couldn't sign Greg Duke or Ramon Lorenz, but we do get Cash Hamill, who ends up being a major project, but also 90 potential, which is pretty awesome. 5'10 first baseman. Love to see that. Then we couldn't sign Ollie Dean, but we did sign Chance Bacco. He's not very good. But you know what? Out of all the drafts I've done, this is probably one of the better ones because we added that 95 potential dude. So, unfortunately, we'll never see him ever because after the season's when he joins the roster and we won't be going that far. So, we'll never see him on the team, but at least we can end with knowing that we drafted a pretty solid rookie in the draft, which is nice. So, let's get moving on here. We will start the simulation. We got to finish up August and September in today's video. We finish up a series against the Reds, and we lose the series. Wow. Jacob Mizorowski has cleared waivers. That's nice. Okay, we're going on a little bit of a losing streak here. I don't really like the look of this. Mason Miller's in a tough spot. We do hold on for the win, though. Another tough spot for Mason Miller, and we lose that game, though. Ohtani, here we go. Ohtani's got a shutout going against the Pirates and former Indianapolis Bolt Adolis Garcia. You know what? This is lining up pretty perfectly. Shohei Ohtani, we get to see him for the first time in a Bolts uniform. Let's go and do it. All right, former Indianapolis Bolt Adolis Garcia takes on new Indianapolis Bolt Shohei Ohtani. Nobody out in the bottom of the 8th. Vladdy's on second, so we don't have to worry really about speed, I wouldn't think, because he's got 43 speed. But we do have to worry about a home run possibility, although that's one of the reasons why we gave up Adolis Garcia. What a strike call. Thank you very much. We do have to worry about the power, but that's why we gave up Adolis Garcia. He was starting to slow down his power, and I think we should be able to beat that out. Oh my God, we just beat it. Oh my God, that is as close as you're going to get to an out, or to a safe without actually getting safe. Absolute insanity that he called that an out. Thank you, first base umpire. I appreciate that. Henry Davis, RBI single into right field, and the shutout is gone for Ohtani, unfortunately. As long as we don't lose the game, I guess it's okay. Maybe I shouldn't have jumped in, but I wanted to see Ohtani, and they're going to pull me. So they pull me after the shutout is over. They bring in Garrett Crochet. We do hold on for the win, which is nice. I'm sorry, Ohtani. I didn't mean to lose you the shutout there. I wanted to jump in with you. That was the first time we got to see you, so at least we get the win. The win is all that matters at this point. We got to keep on winning, though. Mason Miller in a tough spot again. Mason Miller seems to be getting put in all these tough spots. But now we're going on a little bit of a run. Now we're going on this is what I expected to happen earlier in the month. Now we're going on a little bit of a run. Mason Miller keeps coming into these tough spots, but he keeps getting out of them. Another tough spot, and he gets out of that one as well. And now Paul Skeens has a shutout going. And you know what? I haven't pitched with Paul Skeens. I don't know if I've ever pitched with Paul Skeens. Maybe I have. I can't say that for sure. But let's go and see if we can correct the wrong we had with Ohtani by not getting the shutout. And let's see if we can get a shutout with Paul Skeens. Taking on the Orioles. Bottom 9. Here comes the shutout. The Cy Young favorite, the 2-time defending Cy Young winner, trying to secure his 3rd straight. And he's looking pretty darn good right now in these first 2 pitches. We'll see if we can get Jose Caballero, I think is how you say it. Ooh, dive miss by third baseman. I think that's Christopher Morel. It could be Reese Hines, actually. I don't even know if the AI switched it or not, or if the CPU switched it. We do get him out, though. One out in the inning, Matt Vierling. He pops that up to right center field. And we get it. Nice job. Love to see it. Kyle Tucker out there. And now it's Austin Hayes, the final hope for the Orioles tonight. The delivery from Skeens. 98 on the gun. 0-1 count. Here comes the slider. Swing and a miss. Super out in front. And here comes the cutter. What could be the final strike? Ooh, good eye. He doesn't chase it. But you know what? He deserves some stinky cheese right in his face. Fouls it off. Okay, 97 on the gun. Let's go back to that slider. He couldn't handle it. He was super early on it. So we'll go right back to it again. And he doesn't chase. 2-2. All right. I'll go change up inside. Low and inside. We'll see what happens here. He gets a piece of that, but he fouls it off as well. Austin Hayes is battling. He does not want to go home. He wants to keep on playing. Oh, he got a good piece of that. That's going to be extra bases. That keeps the inning alive. That was a real good piece. I did not put that slider where I needed to put it. It'll be a 2-out double for Hayes. The shutout is still alive. Luckily, it wasn't like a perfect game we were going after. And it'll be Byron Buxton, the former Twin. I think a part of the team that took us out of the World Series last year. I think he was on that Twin squad, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure this is his first year in Baltimore. And he pops that up. It's a can of corn, and Skeens will get the shutout. 3-0 Bolts win. And Paul Skeens pretty much has secured himself a Cy Young, a third straight. I mean, it'd be hard to deny a third straight Cy Young to Paul Skeens. This year, I would actually be okay with him getting the Cy Young. The last 2 years, I would have given it to somebody else on our team, but still somebody else. But this year, it's probably fair that Skeens gets it because he's absolutely dominating. Hunter Green is no longer injured. That is absolutely perfect. Hunter Green, we've been waiting on coming back from his injury. Devin Williams, we're still waiting on. He's coming back in very, very soon amount of time. But I've been waiting on Hunter Green to come back, and now he's got a new teammate. Hunter Green has a new teammate. We will take out probably Kyle Harrison and put Hunter Green back in that lineup. Kyle Harrison's been pitching pretty well, though. No disrespect to him. He's also got 4 saves this year. Good for him. He's been pitching fairly well this year, but Hunter Green has become a different animal. So hopefully he can get back to his dominant ways now that he's been hurt and out for like a month and a half or something. So. And we'll get Devin Williams back pretty soon as well. We do have too many people on the roster now, unfortunately. I wish that they would come back if they would have just came back when we get September call-ups, then I could just have that extra spot. I guess Cam Collier's going to have to go down until September. So we'll bring him back up in September. I'm also going to have to call somebody else down in a couple days when Devin Williams comes back. Who's that going to be? Probably Cole Young. Does he have an option? He doesn't. Frelick, Jackson Churio. I can call Jackson Churio down for a second. That'll probably be who I do. I don't think he deserves to get called down, but he's gonna probably have to. Or no. It'll be Jefferson Cuero. We'll call Jefferson Cuero down when Devin Williams comes back, and then we'll bring him back up in September, which is only a couple days from now. We sweep the Baltimore Orioles. We take on the Cardinals. Now Kyle Harrison, funny enough, is now in this game, and we lose that game to the Cardinals. We've got Shohei at the plate, and you know what? I've been waiting for a Shohei situation. He's got a home run in this one. Let's go see our new addition actually at the plate. We saw him at the mound. Let's go see him at the plate. Here is Shohei Ohtani. First time we get to use him as a batter. And I almost was first pitch swinging. A triple shy of the cycle. Ohtani's got the speed. I don't know if I have the bat discipline and the skills to get him a triple. If I'm going to hit a deep ball, it's probably going to be a home run if I get around it. I don't know if it'll drop for an extra base hit if I'm going to get around on one. That's a check swing. He's throwing me some very interesting pitches, this Josh Fleming dude. It is the top of the 9th. It is tied 4-4. This is a big spot for Ohtani. This is why we added him to the team. Because he's good. I'm glad I got a piece of that and not strike out on that. I should have swung. I wanted to, but my thumb didn't want me to. I pressed it, but not pressing it hard enough. That's my fault, Ohtani. I didn't mean to strike you out there. I totally wanted to swing. but for some reason my thumb, when pressing the button, didn't press it enough. So that's a little sucky right there that Ohtani gets struck out. Not really his fault. Oh, what a pitch from the relief pitcher Fleming there. The sinker on the outside part of the plate was not sitting on a sinker outside like that. Casas gets a piece of the circle change. Foul tip. Come on, Casas. You've been having a really good season. All I need is one RBI from you, and we can bring in the relief pitching. The closers. We've got a bunch of them. We got a lot of different options. Oh, I should not be swinging at these pitches, but at least I'm getting a piece of them. Come on, throw me something in the zone, big dog. You know you want to. I mean, he did kind of. That could have been a base hit if I would have been better timing on it. Come on, Casas. Come on, Casas. There we go. Exactly what he needed to do. Tristan Casas delivers, and he's got himself an RBI. Oh, it looks like I'm going for a double. Didn't mean to do that, Casas. Oops. I thought I pulled back far enough to where he didn't go around, but we do get the win 5-4, I'm assuming. Yes, we hold on for the victory 5-4. Tristan Casas delivered. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for him to deliver the RBI, and he does. Unfortunately, it kind of hurts his base running, but that doesn't matter. Devin Williams is no longer injured. That is perfect. So now we got to bring down Jefferson Cuero just for a little bit. He'll be back up. Don't worry, Jefferson. No big deal. You will be right back on the team. And now our bullpen is very full. It was starting to get a little thin with just Santos, Uribe, and Contreras, but now we had Harrison back and Devin Williams now. We are a very, very deep bullpen. We got a lot of different options. All right. So let's finish up August so we can get these guys back called up. Oh, that's a tough situation for Mason Miller. I've said that so many times this year, or this episode. Drew Jones has a shin contusion, so he's done for a little bit. Robert Ramirez, one of our relief pitchers, broke his hand. Must have had a pitch come back at him or something. Tristan Casas' base is loaded. We do get the win. And Drew Jones is back healthy. We do get another win there. And now it is time for the September calls. We have 94 wins in September. We are absolutely dominating. So let's get Cuero back up. And then we will call up Cam Collier back to the squad. All right, there we go. So it all works out in the end. Let's start September here. Beating up on the bad Pirates. Oh, no. They're not horrible. They're not great, but they're not horrible. And now we take on the horrible Angels, I mean. Jake Fraley on the team. We lose to them, though. That's a little upsetting. But we have 99 wins. We have to have clinched a playoff spot at least. Yeah, I was going to say. We've clinched a postseason appearance. We are dominating the major leagues. I mean, the next closest team is the Phillies with 90 wins. Everybody else is really struggling this year. Not us. We are the best team in baseball for a reason. Let's continue to go. We are about to get swept by the Phillies. Okay, we take one game, thank God. Thought we were going to get swept by the Phillies. We have reached 100 wins. I don't think... Let me count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So, by losing these games to the Phillies, we have no chance at breaking the wins record, but we can get close. We can get very, very close if we win every single game. I don't think we will, but we can have a really, really good season here. Yuri Perez has a shutout going against the Cubs, and he holds on for it. Good job, Yuri. We keep on moving. We lose to the Cubs, though. 13-2, really? Against the Cubs? Ohtani's got 2 home runs in the game. I got to jump in. It's Ohtani. He's the whole reason why we are probably hitting as well as we have this last couple months. He's been dominating, so let's jump in with him, man. All right, here we are trying to get Ohtani his 3rd home run of the game. Can we do it? I don't have a good history with this, and I'm not going to be able to do it on this one unless we get one more opportunity, which I doubt we do. That was a first pitch swing that I completely whiffed on. I don't know what it is about me. I don't have a good history with that, do I? We do get the easy win, though, and Hunter Green pitched a pretty good game. Only allowed 1 run. I'll take that. That's an easy dub for the good guys. All right, let's keep winning. Sweep the Sox. Ohtani gets another chance. This time it looks like we could be... Oh, no, we're on the road. I was going to say we could be at home, but it still gets the White Sox. We're down by 1 in the top of the 9th. Ohtani at the plate, Cole Young on first. I mean, I gotta try, right? I'm pretty sure every single game that we've jumped into has been on the road. I don't think we've been at home anytime we jumped in. That's kind of funny. I haven't even, like, tried to do it that way. That's just how it's happened, I guess. Ohtani's got an 8-game hit streak, though. We are at risk of losing that. I didn't go. I didn't go. I didn't go. You gotta be kidding me, bro. Come on, broski. I clearly didn't go. You know that. Why would I want to swing at that pitch? I know better than that. Ooh, that's a sinker that I really should have hit. I don't know how How was I late on that? I don't know. That's kind of crazy. I thought I had timed that up pretty well. Fastball 96. Fouls that off. It seems like every time we jump in, it seems like Luis Ariz is doing something. He's either getting his 500th career RBI, or he's getting his 100th career home run, or he's extending his hit streak. He's doing all kinds of crazy stuff over in Chicago. Is that going to be a home run? Aw. It looks like Ohtani's 8-game hitting streak is over. But we do have Riley Green opportunity. Only 1 out. We got to tie this game up. I do not want to lose to the White Sox. There we go. Nice base hit into center field. You know what I'm sending him. Sending him to third. We're getting aggressive. Oh, it was a bad throw from Robert. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you get aggressive right there. You take away the double play. Riley Green gets a double. And now they're going to intentionally walk Tristan Casas to have the double play situation. Pinch runner situation on Casas. We don't have anybody with super speed. We do have Juice, who's not playing today for some reason. He can't play first, unfortunately. Do we have anybody that can play first? We have Kobe Mayo who can play first, but he's got 51 speed. Spencer Steer probably can play first. He's got 72. That's not bad. Casas only has 19. We'll put Spencer Steer in. He's not much quicker at 72 speed, but he's at least got a little bit of run to him. And he can play first base. So, base is loaded for Adley Rutschman, who had a fantastic World Series run. He had a fantastic World Series run. Can we get one more nice little pop into the outfield? Ooh, if I had slightly better timing, that probably goes left field for 2 RBIs. Come on, Rutschman. Come on. You got this. You can do it. Oh, it's a grounder double play. That's why they walked me. White Sox win on a double play with the bases loaded. That's crazy. That is crazy. Oh, I'm sorry, Yuri. I couldn't get you the win there, big dog. That's tough. That's tough. Double play with the bases loaded, top of the 9th. Oh, okay. Well, we go back home. We got 104 wins. We're taking on the Marlins right now. Ohtani's got 2 more home runs. I'm telling you, it was a good idea to have Ohtani, wasn't it? We win that game. Swept the Marlins. Juice is finally up. And we win that game. Okay, now we're starting to cook. The AAA team have won their division. They won 90 games. The AA team finished 44 wins. They won their division. Okay, so we got both minor league teams in the playoffs. We split against the Tigers. The AAA team is playing in the championship game. And they got beat. Okay, so the AAA team finishes in second place. Riley Green has 2 home runs in this game. Can we get him a third? I mean, it's probably one of the last times we'll have a chance to jump in, so I'll jump in. All right, Riley Green, one final chance to get his third home run, in Great American. Playing against the Reds in their City Connect uniform, so we're both wearing the black unis, which is kind of crazy. But it is what it is. At night. Riley Green, not going to be a home run, but it'll be a base hit. A hit is a hit, I guess. He's already got 2. Why you got to be greedy, Riley? Why you got to be greedy? And he's throwing his hips around like crazy? Okay, I see you out here, Riley. Hold on. I need to see a replay of that. My dog was throwing his hips in a circle. Let me see what he's doing here. Are we getting crazy? Yeah, he's throwing the hips in a circle. Look at that. Look at that. Riley Green getting out of control up in here. That's a funny picture. Let me see if I can get a little thumbnail of Riley Green throwing them hips back. The one thing about MLB The Show camera, you can't, like, angle it to, like, go higher or lower, I don't think. It's kind of difficult to angle it, especially with people in the way. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it like that. We might just have to rely on just this. I don't know if I like that. No, I'll find something better. I'll find something better. Riley Green back up. It's 10-5. Top of the ninth. Last chance to get a third home run. Not going to get it there. I think the one time that I did jump in and get the third home run with a guy, it was with Riley Green. So I guess I got to try to do it again. And I'm glad that Riley's having a better year this year. Every year he's basically had a really good season with us, except for like last year I think was the outlier year. I don't know why he had such a bad year with us. He just kind of had a down season. That's not going to be a home run, but it should be an RBI single maybe? 2 RBIs. They're going to send him around home. I didn't even realize we had 2 guys on base, if I'm being honest. I thought we only had the 1. All right. So Riley gets 2 RBIs on the single. We win easily in Cincinnati. Very easily in Cincinnati. Kyle Harrison actually was on the mound for the win, so good for him. Juice got a home run. Rushman got a home run, and Riley had 2, obviously. So we're looking pretty good. We have 111 wins. Riley Green has a triple for the cycle. 17-1? My God. 17-3 now. What happened in that game? View the box score. So we had home runs from Juice, Spencer Steer, Riley Green, and Rhys Hines. Juice most likely had a grand slam. I mean, it's possible he also had a double, so that could have counted for some RBIs. But, I mean, we were just putting people in the dirt in this game. That's awesome. And we have one final game left. The final game of the season, will we be 113 or 112? Oh, it's a chance to jump in. 9-3, final game of the year. You know I got to jump in. All right, Tristan Casas has a chance to hit his 3rd home run of the day. In Great American, so it's a little bit easier to hit a home run here. A very hitters-friendly ballpark. Can we get it done? Jason Foley, that's the guy that we came in against with Riley Green. He was on the mound. So can we do it again? Final game of the year, and that's right back to Foley at the mound, and that's the end of the inning. That's unfortunate because that felt like a good pitch to hit. And that'll be the ball game. Looks like Skeens might have been on the mound, and he was. Did Skeens finish with an undefeated season? Did he finish without any losses? There's a good possibility that he did. And we end up with 113 regular season wins because we be goated on the sticks. Paul Skeens, oh, he lost 1 game. What was the 1 game that he lost? He lost... No, he lost that game. Oh, he did. He lost this game against the Cardinals. Was his only game he lost this season. That is an insane record. And it's time to get regular season stats out of the way. So the lineup, Juice finishes with 26 home runs, 80 RBIs. I wish he would hit over 300, but that's okay. He got very close to hitting over 300 back-to-back seasons. This is a good year from Juice. It's a little bit down on his production in terms of his big-time hitting splits, but it's still a solid season from Juice. I'm happy with it. Can't ask too much. He's not like a crazy power hitter or anything like that. Then you got Spencer Steer, who obviously we brought in halfway through the year. So he's a lot of these numbers he did in Cincinnati, but some of them he did here. And he had a really, really good season. He's got a good chance of winning a bunch of awards this year, which would be some of his first awards of his career. So that is pretty awesome. And he had a really solid season. Over 110 RBIs, 34 home runs, really solid numbers. Yeah, that's a good season from Spencer Steer. Kyle Tucker, did you expect anything else? Ever since we brought him in, he's just gotten better and better. So this is a fantastic year from Kyle Tucker. Probably some awards along his way, too. Very good season from him. Tristan Casas had a great season as well. 3 straight really solid seasons since bringing him in from Boston. Very happy that we got Tristan Casas here because he's just a nice all-around solid power hitter guy, and he just drives in a lot of runs, and he does a really good job. Riley Green, I mean, look at these numbers. See, this is the season right here. Where is it? There was a season, was it last year? Was it this season that he slowed down? Yeah, I think it was this season, 2027, that he slowed down and didn't really do much. But then he had back-to-back really good seasons, or he had seasons really, really good in between that. And Riley Green's really developed into a stud of a player. I mean, he's just fantastic. I mean, some of these numbers are out of the world. It's crazy. Jackson Churio, he had a fine season for what he was given. How many games did he play in? He played in 93 games. He had over 300 at-bats, so that's a really good measurement of how your stats are if you had over 300 at-bats. So, I mean, these are fine numbers. Sal Frelick just continues to grow and get better and better. He's never going to be like a crazy power hitter, but he is going to drive you in some good runs. He's going to not really strike out a ton, although this year is probably an anomaly. I don't think he's going to strike out that much. He's going to get over 280 probably every year, and he's going to be a consistent guy. That's what Sal Frelick's going to do. Christopher Morel had a really rough year. He's had 2 really rough years. This year he didn't play much. He might have been hurt a little bit this year as well, but he also didn't play much because he sucked. He had a really good season, really good back-to-back seasons, and then he's just completely not done anything. He is completely sucked. He's more of a liability now at this point. And then Adley Rutschman, I mean, he's just continuing to be great. He is getting a little bit older, so we'll have to continue watching that for the playoffs, but he should be able to drive in some runs in the postseason. I don't know if he's going to have the same kind of run that he had in the postseason last year when we won the World Series, but I think he can get the job done. And then back to Juice. So on the bench, we've got Kobe Mayo, who had over 200 at-bats, so he got a lot of usage. He didn't really do too much, but he's only an 82 overall. He'll continue to grow, especially with a potential at 26 years old. He'll continue to grow. Jefferson Cuero, very solid season from him, considering he didn't get a ton. He got 125 at-bats. These numbers are fine. They're fine for what he is. Rhys Hines got a lot of burn, and he had 19 home runs. He's continuing to progress. Like to see that. These are good numbers. I mean, they're all better than what he had last year, so I'm fine with these numbers. I wish his WAR was a little bit higher, but that's okay. Anthony Volpe, we brought him in from New York, and he just kind of was whatever. I mean, I thought he'd be a little bit better hitting the baseball, but he was not really. Cam Collier didn't get too much. He did have a 667 average, but it's only because he had 3 at-bats. And then Cole Young, I mean, these are fine numbers. There's a little bit too small of a sample size, but it's whatever. And then we get to the pitching staff. The pitching staff. I need to make sure that we have the right roster. The pitching staff, Yuri Perez was our ace this year. 17 wins. Yuri Perez's numbers, 17 wins, 200 strikeouts, which is pretty good. Nothing like what Paul Skeens puts up, but still really good. I mean, he's our ace for a reason. He's a 95 overall. He had a sub-3 ERA. He had a really good whip. And he had a pretty solid WAR. So, I mean, these are ace numbers. That's what you would expect from a guy like Yuri Perez. Then Paul Skeens, who's probably going to walk away with his 3rd straight Cy Young Award. 20 wins to just 1 loss, which is absolute insanity. 244 strikeouts, which pretty much secures him a 3rd straight Cy Young, I would think. His ERA is the best it's been in the three Cy Young stretch. So, like I was saying, this is probably the most the 1 year where I would actually be okay with him getting it. These other 2 years, I would have given it to another one of our pitchers on our team, but he got it anyway because of his high strikeout count. His high strikeout numbers. But this year, I'm actually okay with him winning the Cy Young because these are really, really good numbers. His ERA is probably a little bit too high for a Cy Young, but he's got 20 wins, so he was doing something right. And then Ohtani, who didn't really pitch too much for us. He probably got a lot of this stuff when he was in LA, but he still had great numbers. He had a really good WAR, or ERA was under 4. His whip was okay. His WAR was good. So Ohtani did pretty well, and we know what he did at the plate. So, I mean, it's Ohtani. What do you expect? He's gonna do what he's gonna do. These are fantastic numbers. He's gonna hit 44 home runs every single season because that's what he is. So, very good numbers from Ohtani. And we know what the problem with Hunter Green. The problem was he got hurt for a little bit of the year, but he still had a fantastic season before he got hurt. And coming back, he had a really good year in those final few games he pitched in. So, Hunter Green's finally developing into a good starting pitcher, which is nice to see because I was a little bit worried with him. And then Andrew Painter, we brought him in last year, and he's good. He pitched exactly how I expected him to pitch, and he did even better than he did the past 2 years. So good for Andrew Painter. Very good numbers. On to the bullpen, we had Roansy Contreras, who had 4 saves. Good for him. He had a 4.7 ERA, which is a little bit high for my closing pitcher, but it is what it is. Or for my my long relief guy, I should say. But it's okay. He was in there for a lot of games. He pitched in 45 games. He pitched in 107 innings. So a 4.7 ERA is reasonable, but it's a little bit higher than I would like. Kyle Harrison did have to start a few games because he started 8 games because of Hunter Green's injury. And in that time, he pitched okay. These are fine numbers. I'm okay with the numbers he was putting up there. Abner Uribe pitched in 62 innings, had a little bit too high of an ERA. Yeah, I mean, he didn't pitch amazing, did he? These are okay numbers. I'd like to see them a little bit lower, but I'm not too happy with those numbers. Gregory Santos pitched in 38 innings. This is more like it. This is where I want Uribe to be. These are better numbers than what I saw from Uribe. So Gregory Santos had a really solid year. And then Devin Williams, we know he got hurt for a good chunk of the season as well, so his numbers can be skewed a little bit. They're still okay. They're a little bit higher than I would like, but he only pitched in 15 innings this season. So, I mean, he didn't really get a big sample size, did he? Mason Miller, obviously he was in LA for a little bit of the season, for most of the season actually, and these are most of his numbers there. But he also did okay. I mean, these aren't bad numbers by any means. These are fine. And then you got Garrett Crochet, who pitched 40 innings this year, and we're probably going to have to rely on him a little bit in the postseason, just like we did last year. Because, again, these are really, really solid numbers. These are a little bit worse than he did last year, but still very, very good. And I would be confident putting the ball in his hand in pressure situations in the postseason, like we did last year, and it worked out in our favor. And then the final guy, Felix Bautista, 57 innings pitched, 52 saves, which is really awesome. He had a wonderful year. This is the best year since the first year he was here, and he wasn't even the closing pitcher this year. I don't think he was. It says he has 41 saves. I don't think he was the closing pitcher this year. Maybe he was. I don't remember. I could have sworn we didn't have him as a closing pitcher in the first year, but we might have. But these are the best numbers since he was. Actually, these are the best numbers he's had since he's been here. So really proud of Felix Bautista. These are fantastic numbers, and I'm glad that he's probably on his way to a reliever of the year or closer of the year, whatever it is. He won reliever of the year last year, so he might be able, or not last year. He won it 2023. I was thinking of real life. He got really good numbers, and he could be on his way to a big-time award. So those are your stats for the players. We got to simulate the day to start the postseason. We finished with 113 wins. We won the division. We'll take on the winner of the wild card, and we take on the Marlins. So the AA team also lost in the playoffs. All right, let's take a look at league leaders first, and then we can go and quickly view the awards and all that kind of stuff, but just so you can quickly see. It looks like the Marlins had a pretty good year. The Braves had a pretty good year. I'm not shocked that the Braves had a good year. We'll go to the American League, and you can see who did well sparingly. Look, the Orioles did have a really solid season. I mean, they're leading all these different categories. The Orioles are in the lead for all of these different categories. It's really the Orioles and the Royals. All right, so those are your league leaders. Here's your awards. So Victor Mesa Jr. takes home the... that's the postseason MVP. Never mind. Never mind. Paul Skeens takes home the most valuable player. So he gets the MVP of the season with 20 wins, 1 loss. Ohtani was also close. And then he's also going to take home the Cy Young. So he does the double. Wow. And Yuri Perez is close on the Cy Young as well. Paul Skeens just took home the MVP and the Cy Young in the same season. Talk about craziness. Then you've got the batting title goes to Dansby Swanson. The reliever of the year doesn't go to Felix Bautista because Jose Alvarado had 57 saves and a sub-5 or 0.5 ERA. He had a 0.42. My God. Jose Alvarado certainly deserves that. That's a filthy year for him. We don't get Rookie of the Year. Spencer Steer does end up getting the batting title, or not the batting title, the Hank Aaron Award. Steals it from Juan Soto. No wonder the Marlins. And this is who we have to play. We have to play Juan Soto and Dansby Swanson because we're playing the Marlins. So Spencer Steer takes it from him. Gold Gloves, we don't get anybody so far. Juice finished 3rd in second base. Frelick finishes... Actually, I was going to say I thought that was Bryce Terang, but that's not Bryce Terang. Frelick finishes 2nd in Gold Glove left field. We don't get any Gold Glovers. We do get Silver Slugger DH with Ohtani. No surprise there. Casas finishes 3rd in first base. Juice finishes 2nd in second base. We do take home Silver Slugger outfield with Kyle Tucker and Spencer Steer. Riley Green almost got it, but he got beat up by Juan Soto. So we come away with some pretty solid awards. Including the Cy Young Award winner and MVP by the same player in Paul Skeens. So it seems like Paul Skeens is probably one of the best pitchers in baseball at this point. I mean, you take home an MVP and a Cy Young in the same season, I'd say you're probably the best player in baseball. You've got 3 straight Cy Youngs. Paul Skeens is on the top of his game, but he does have a history of not playing very well in the postseason. So we'll have to keep an eye on that as we go further into this postseason, hopefully by dominating the Marlins, dominating either the Dodgers or the Phillies, and then dominating whoever comes out of the American League and winning our third, or appearing in our third straight World Series, but winning our second. That would be the ideal situation. But that'll be the next episode, the season finale and the series finale of the Indianapolis Bolts. Hope you guys have enjoyed this series so far. We got one more video to go. If you enjoyed this one, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.